Maine, the northeastern gem of rugged coastlines and dense pine forests, holds more than scenic beauty within its borders. For centuries, tales have circulated about otherworldly beings that haunt its secluded lakes, haunted woods, and forgotten paths. These stories, woven from whispers of local lore and eerie sightings, have grown into legends of creatures that belong only to Maine. From shadowy spirits and forest beasts to sea-dwelling terrors, the state's unique creatures leave a chilling mark on those who encounter them. Here are 5 of Maine's exclusive mythical beings, each with a tale darker than the last. As you dive into their stories, beware, these are not just legends to the people who have witnessed them, they are real, terrifying encounters that still haunt Maine's cold, fog-laden nights. Legend has it that the Specter of White Mountain is said to roam the dense forests of Maine, appearing as a dark, looming figure with sunken, icy eyes that seem to swallow all light. Witnesses describe a bone-chilling coldness that accompanies the specter, enveloping them in an eerie silence. This phantom is often sighted on misty nights or in the midst of a snowstorm, believed to be the spirit of a lost hiker doomed to wander the mountain he once trekked. Those who encounter the specter speak of an overwhelming fear that roots them in place, rendering them unable to move as the figure glides past silently. Following its departure, only a lingering, unsettling coldness fills the air, leaving a lasting impression of the encounter. It is said that deep within the expanse of Acadia National Park, the Sable which drifts through the shadows, a haunting figure from bygone days. Clad in a tattered black cloak, her eyes burning like smoldering coals, she materializes without warning, instilling dread in all who lay eyes upon her. One chilling account tells of a fisherman who glimpsed the witch on the shoreline at daybreak, only to have his boat overturned by a sudden surge moments later. Local lore speaks of an unnatural calm that descends before her appearance, a silent warning of her impending arrival. The enigma of the Sable which persists, continuing to fascinate and petrify those brave enough to venture into her mysterious domain. Deep within the woods near Moosehead Lake lurks the enigmatic phantom Lumberjack. This mysterious figure, with his looming silhouette and piercing, glowing eyes, is rumored to be the restless spirit of a lumberjack who met a tragic fate in a logging mishap. Those who have encountered him speak of hearing the ominous sound of heavy footsteps and the eerie whirring of a saw cutting through the misty forest. It is said that crossing paths with the phantom brings misfortune upon those unfortunate enough to do so. Legend has it that in the 1800s, a logger ventured into the woods and never returned after catching a glimpse of the phantom, leaving only a deserted camp surrounded by freshly felled tree stumps as a chilling testament to his encounter. Known as the Fogwalker, this eerie figure drifts along the shores of Penobscot Bay, emerging from the thick fog that rolls in from the ocean. He appears as a pale, translucent sailor with seaweed tangled in his hair and clothes drenched in briny water. Legend says he's the spirit of a sailor who drowned in the bay during a storm, doomed to wander the shoreline in search of his lost ship. Eyewitnesses describe him as a spectral figure with an empty gaze, staring into the waves as if searching for something. Fishermen and locals who've encountered him report wet footprints that lead nowhere and mumbling incoherent sounds. One evening, a sailor saw him drift past his boat, hand raised in a silent salute before vanishing into the mist. The Fogwalker serves as a haunting reminder of Maine's treacherous waters. The Silver Serpent is a legendary creature rumored to inhabit the depths of the Androscoggin River. With scales that shimmer like silver and eyes that glow a ghostly green, the serpent is said to be as long as a riverboat. Tales of sightings stretch back centuries, with locals believing it to be an ancient entity predating Maine's earliest settlers. Witness accounts describe the serpent's sinuous form emerging from the water, leaving ripples in its wake. Fishermen speak of encountering a colossal shadow beneath their boats, followed by a splash and the gleam of silver scales vanishing into the depths. One story tells of canoeists who saw the creature on a misty morning, its scales reflecting the first light of day before slipping away. The Silver Serpent is a mysterious and elusive presence, rarely surfacing but leaving a lasting impression on those who claim to have seen it. The mythical creatures of Maine are not merely stories of old, but rather enchanting tales intricately woven into the state's breathtaking landscapes and untamed wilderness. These mystical beings add to Maine's enigmatic charm, captivating both residents and visitors with narratives that add to the mystery of the dark nights. From the fearsome Wendigo to the mysterious sea serpent, each legendary creature contributes to the elaborate tapestry of folklore that surrounds Maine. Is there a mythical creature from Maine that you prefer and that we may have overlooked? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in.